I know somebody who got invited to a Netflix and chill date, and when they got there, the man didn't even have Netflix. Y'all out here scamming people. Oh my God.
Regular TV and chill.
What's up, peeps? It's Cece.
Johnny.
And welcome back to Cece's Jewel. If you're new to our channel, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thanks for coming back. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys hit that bell notification. And make sure y'all like this video, okay? So on today's video, we're going to be talking about dating as an adult, which can be difficult. But if you guys invest and actually are committed to dating, it can go smoothly.
Excited to connect with y'all and talk about a really hot topic right now. So, and whenever y'all get the chance, drop some comments below, leave some feedback, let us know your thoughts.
So, dating is a hot button topic just because the word dating is very ambiguous. Dating changes as you get older. Back when you were in high school, your mom used to drop you off at the movie theater so you could go see your little boo thing or whatever, and that was your date. But as an adult, dating is a lot different.
Dating is goal-oriented, and it's further complicated because everyone has different goals, and finding goals that align with each other at the same time can be a tough and sometimes daunting task. So it's definitely going to be some good feedback for you if you are in that dating phase, trying to look for a relationship, or you're in a relationship and you're looking to continue to keep dating prominent in your relationship.
I feel like at this age, I'm dating to marry. I'm done with games. If you're still dating to mess around, like, you cut it out. Date with a purpose, y'all.
You need to be dating with a purpose, and you need to regularly think and reflect about that purpose. I think as you further yourself in life, your purpose can shift and grow and change a bit, and hopefully that growth and that shift is happening in alignment with your personal growth, right? So that you're making sure that you're preparing yourself for who has been called to be your husband, your wife, your significant other.
Our definition of dating is talking to somebody, getting to know them on a deeper level, but you're not committed to that person. There is no title on that relationship until one of you expresses that you guys want to be exclusive. Then you're out of that dating phase. But until then, you're free to date whoever you want to. Don't let anybody tell you differently.
Letting it be known what you want up front is important. If you are on the dating scene, I still think that there's various levels of dating. You could be dating literally just looking for somebody to kick it with and have a good time. And that can go from that end to I'm looking at dating for, as Cece said, somebody that I could potentially see building a future with. Overall, the centerpiece that you need to think about often is how can I be intentional about communicating what I'm looking for up front with a person, and then getting that same information from that person. I should be learning an individual, their habits, their dating style, what they like, what they don't like, and how that meshes with me.
Dating also includes going on dates, which I know is difficult right now during quarantine. I have a lot of friends right now who are dating during quarantine, and I'm asking them, how are you guys making this work? You can't even see each other. You can't go out and experience one another together. People are just telling me FaceTime calls and phone calls, because at this point, that's all you can do.
What I am excited about during the quarantine is if you're trying to date at this time, you're gonna really know if the person is for you or not.
Oh,
because you only have communication.
But dating pre-quarantine looks like movies, bowling. If you know they like to go to museums, take them to a museum. If you know they like wine, take them to wine tasting. Just something that shows that you're interested in the person and you're actually listening to what they're talking about.
I think that one of the things that the quarantine has been revealing is we often lean onto things and then create relationships off of them, and it's not firm enough to maintain a relationship. If I'm whining and dining you, which is how I frame going out on dates and spending money, I think that is in the level of dating, but I wouldn't introduce that to any and every person. Dating for me is an opportunity to talk to somebody, communicate, learn the person. I should be able to be in a space to share time with a person and learn who this person is as a human being. And we are trying to see where that meshes. And as that grows, then we can think about how dating needs to grow as well. The quarantine has been tough, probably for those of us who haven't emphasized communication in the beginning works of our relationships. We got to think about things that immediately attract us to people, then try to figure out if in our communication does that align. Somebody that I might because I'm physically attracted to them, we may not have anything in common, or our communication with each other might be down the drain. And you find that out quicker when you have only that as a choice.
So if you want to know if the person you're talking to is actually serious about you, this is the time to do it, y'all. Because all you have is talking.
Intimacy can be displayed through your communication with somebody. I don't want us to minimize talking because we're saying this is all you have. That really is a significant thing. It needs to be central to your relationship. As you're building this unbreakable bond with this person, to ultimately say, I want to spend the rest of my life with you in partnership, that's a powerful tool. You will never make it to that end with the individual if you don't establish healthy and effective communication first. And for those of us that are in that dating phase during quarantine, if you have somebody that you genuinely find connection with through communication, you're probably going to be in for a great and a strong bond with somebody.
Yeah. I believe that dating is an investment. You get out what you put in. Dating can get expensive if you're going out on multiple dates and dating multiple people. I know a lot of people think, oh, the guy's supposed to pay for the date. They're supposed to pay for everything. Society has made us believe that the guy is supposed to pay on the first date. That is such an old wise tale. I feel like on the first date, if you guys are both investing in something, you both need to pay for it. That's just my opinion. Now, when I went on a date with Johnny, he paid for everything, but that's because he was willing to pay for it. If the guy expresses, hey, I want to pay for everything, that's fine. But if they don't say anything, don't go into that date expecting the guy to pay for everything. If that's not what is in his mind, you're going to be butthurt.
I encourage you to offer that. If y'all are on a date where money is required, offer it. And actually pay attention to how that conversation goes, because there's been many of dates that CC has offered to pay for. And I'll either say yes or no, depending on one, how my money's looking and how I'm feeling for that day. But typically it's not an issue for me to pay, but I don't feel like I have to pay at the end of the day. That's also a great pre-conversation or pre-communication to have. Your first date does not have to cost money.
Yep, facts.
Like, you could go a lot of different places for free. Hey, let's go to a park or let's go on a walk. These are great places that cost no money, but it gives you an opportunity to spend quality time with each other. I think a lot of the times we leave a lot of things to chance and just expect for people to just know stuff. And that's just not effective. That's not healthy. And you're going to end up losing a lot. We usually build the things that we expect to happen or expect to happen to us in dating off of a faulty foundation as well. For example, if I say, okay, well, if this guy pay for everything, that does not mean that dude is a good man. Or that doesn't mean that person is a good individual. That person can still be bad or harmful for you and to you, and be offering to pay for the whole world to cover that up. If you're looking for longevity in a relationship in the long run, you should be challenging, okay, who are you? How do you date? Tell me about your dating history. If that's where y'all are at and that's what you want to know. I think those things are great topics of conversation before you start to consider investing financially into it.
So before you decide you want to invest your time, your money, and your energy, figure out if you're actually ready to date, if you're actually able to date. Think about how it's going to conflict with work, how you're going to make your schedule work around dating somebody. Sometimes it's just not the time to date.
I would encourage you to take yourself on some dates. Do some self-work.
Yes.
Do some self-love, self-care type of things. You can already know going into dating another person what type of time commitments you have available for somebody else. Or if you do have time, to include another life into your own. So I would lastly consider what headspace are you in from your previous relationship in that process. So if you're someone who is just healing from a previous relationship, I wouldn't be so quick to just hop into another date and not having gone through a process of self-reflection and healing.
Have you ever been on a bad date?
Yes, I've been on a bad date before. For me, I look for 3 things in to make a date happen. Can we talk to each other? Do we like each other? I'm not talking about attraction. I'm saying, can I stand to be in the same space with you long enough to want to talk to you and get to know you? And then thirdly, I start to think about all of the things that I think I look for in a personal relationship. Are you somebody that possesses any of those things? I openly go into that process with anybody, which means some of your dates are gonna be bad and some of them will be good. But I don't have a box that I'm checking off to make you qualified to date me. But I do know my own value and what I'm not willing to deal with.
I've never had a bad date. I just know within the first 5-10 minutes whether or not I'm going to date you again. I can tell the vibe of the date, whether it's gonna go well, whether I wanna go on a second date with you, or you know what, I know I'm not going on another date with this person, but I'm gonna sit here and enjoy my meal because I invested my time and my energy.
When we talk about vibes and are we clicking, are we connected, that's all connected to communication. Can we stand each other? You know, do I actually like you or am I just attracted to you? There are some people that are attracted to people who they can't stand. And then you let that physical attraction develop into a relationship. Now your relationship is built off of physical attraction. And then when you get to a place where y'all can't stand each other, now you have probably hardened your heart to a lot of things. You might not even be willing to date anymore, right? You have to be reflective on, okay, well, let me take some steps back and rethink about it. Maybe I don't need to be thinking about dating right now because these are basic qualities that I'm talking about. And if you're not focusing on them, you're focusing on something else. Tell yourself, oh, your man is in 15 other places, Johnny. You ain't got time to date nobody. And I've had to tell myself that before I was ready to get into a relationship with Cece, I stopped dating for years. That was something that was needed for me to determine what was it I was looking for.
If a guy tells you that he wants your first date to be Netflix and chill, that ain't a date, y'all. But if you really want to get to know that person outside of, you know, the other stuff,
the chill,
the real chill, go out.
Let me say this. There are probably some very successful relationships that have started from a Netflix and chill.
I'm not knocking it.
And they're still going. We're not knocking the hustle. We're not knocking that. Right? Don't say, I'm looking for my next wife. I'm ready. And then you trying to Netflix and chill on the first night. That might not be one and the same. If you are going into something saying, I'm looking for my wife, and that's your first action, you should be critical on why. You can look back on the past history of your relationships. If you started previous relationships like that, or however you have started previous relationships, think about how successful they were or not.
That's actually how my last relationship started out. It was a Netflix and chill. And y'all see how that went. So it wasn't based off of communication. I didn't go into it thinking that it was going to be a serious relationship. And then 4 years later, I had my heart broken. If it's a Netflix and chill date, you already know what it is.
And you will find that most people not going to be that 100. They're not going to be that straight up with you about it. There are some that are very honest like that. But it's going to be far and few between that you meet somebody like that. Based off of Cece's expressing things about her past relationships. However, you start a relationship, that's what you're going to have.
Yep.
If you started a relationship not having an emphasis on communication, and then you wind up needing that when y'all are together, but you have to remember what the foundation is built upon. If you're not building your relationship off of a practice of a healthy, effective communication, how can you expect for somebody to just flip a switch when they got everything they wanted from you out of you without it? If you're not going to have the expectation Up front, ask yourself why. You need to do some reflection. What is healthy relationship? That is a broad question that many of us have a lot of different answers to. And then where do you get the answer from? I'm a prayer. I'm going to pray about what I'm looking for, right? And I'm also going to pray about what I'm dealing with at the same time, because that's essentially what relationship is. You taking everything in you and that you're dealing with somebody else's situation in them that they're dealing with, and y'all are trying to make that work together. And if you don't understand partnership, it's gonna be very difficult for you to understand relationship. I have to partner with you to deal with my BS and vice versa. Y'all really have to think about where you are at and then what you're going into things expecting, and then being disciplined within it. Because sometimes your flesh is weak and that can affect the way you're thinking in that moment, because you're just longing for things and you're lonely. You could be dealing with loneliness from lacks in other places that you have been dealing with in your life that you are longing for in another relationship, and that's not that person's responsibility to fill that void. Is yours.
So once you're in the relationship, it's important to continue to date your partner. I can't stress this enough. I've seen so many relationships fail because they stop dating each other. That's how you lose your spark, you guys. Johnny and I have been together for 3 years and we still go on dates. We try to do a date night either every other weekend, every other Saturday. We'll try to do something fun together as a couple. I know a couple who plans date night every single Friday, and it's always something different, and I love that about them. It keeps them together. It keeps you still interested in your partner. Before this whole quarantine thing happened, Johnny and I went on a date. We went to dinner, one of our favorite spots in Ames, and after that, I wanted to go play some arcade games, and that's what we did as our date, and that was so much fun. I knew it was probably gonna be the last time me and him were gonna be able to go out for a while. So that's why I planned that. So just remember to date your partner.
And if you have the means, try to recreate that during this time in your home. If you own consoles, if you own video game systems, we could have very well recreated that right here in our own crib. We cook for each other a lot. That might not even count as a date because that's a regular practice from within us. If you are the man in a relationship and you take it upon yourself to, I'm gonna prepare a meal for my woman, right, or my partner, right? And you do that for a person, that could be date. That could be a date moment. You can make that a very, very special moment between you and your partner. Cece celebrated me in my graduation. These are just little things. I wasn't able to walk across the stage, but she was able to do something for me that made me feel special. Dating in your relationship should be a part of the things that continues to make your person feel special.
So during this quarantine, while you're in the house with your partner, continue to do dates. Just the other day, I turned on one of those live DJ sets on Facebook, and it was like a club up in here. I had the lights going, the music bumping. Like, it was just like a regular date. This is the time to be creative.
These are moments that we don't think enough about, but because we're in this quarantine, you're now in a time where you get to really focus on the small things in your relationship or as you're building your relationship. Small things later become very large and very important things. And you notice that everything really matters. Absolutely treat everything that's happening in your relationship like it matters, because if you don't, it's gonna come back up. They're gonna say, remember on this date when you did this and you ain't pay me no attention? It's gonna come right back in your face and your mouth gonna drop like, Everything matters that's connected to your relationship. Your relationship is an extension of you. You represent it in your household and outside of it. So you should operate as such.
Well, I think that's gonna wrap up today's video. Make sure you guys comment and tell us what you do to make your dating life exciting. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you never miss any content. And we will see y'all on our next video.
We will see y'all
next time.